Oh, hello. Ooh, there's something I should say right now, isn't there? Oh, that's it. Happy New Year. Oh, what was I? Whoniversals. That's it. I was making a video for Whoniversals. Well, that's not very in character now, is it? Oh, where? What's this? As punishment for not reviewing any of Flux, you've decided to put you on exile, and the only way out is reviewing this year's New Year's special, Eve of the Daleks. P.S. You're a very sexy angel, the Whoniversals. What? Oh, well, I guess I'm reviewing Eve of the Daleks.
Now I have to be honest, I didn't have high expectations going into this story. A Chibnall penned romantic comedy with the Daleks was not something I ever had on my Christmas list. But do you know what? I actually had a really good time with this. I think this was just the right kind of thing we needed, especially coming after something as big and ambitious as Flux was, and giving us what was essentially a neat little self-contained time loop story. Running through the plot, the Doctor is attempting to reset the TARDIS to remove any anomalies caused by the Flux. Intending on heading to the beach, and at much of Dan's bemusement, they all end up in a storage facility in Manchester, where, beknownst to the Doctor, the TARDIS reset has triggered a time loop. Meanwhile, we have our two main side characters of the episode in Sarah and Nick. Nick, who turns up to the storage facility every New Year's Eve to drop off possessions belonging to his exes, and Sarah, who is in charge of running the place. Also, Nick is a massive simp for her. We also learn that the Daleks have sent out a death squad to kill the Doctor after their fleet was destroyed during the Flux. And the episode plays out with our characters running around, getting killed, and having to reset and try something else, where with every new loop, they lose another minute of their time, as they pretty much only have 12 minutes to work everything out before the death actually sticks, which keeps the stakes alive that can often be lost in reset stories. I also think this story, being as small scale as it is, really plays to its strengths, and it's something I've been wanting Chibnall to do for quite a while. Just take this one good idea and run with it. We don't need 50 different locations, multiple villains. Like, this works, and it might not be like the best thing ever or anything, but it's tight and for the most part competent. Something I thought really made this episode was the direction. They really made the most out of that limited set, and managed to make what should have been a really uninteresting setting quite unsettling and eerie, which really fitted with the opposing and always luring threat of the Daleks throughout. Yeah, I thought Annette Author did a really good job here, especially for it being her first time directing TV. I thought our two supporting cast did a great job with what they had. Eliza B was a particular highlight for me, and I'd say probably the best used guest star we've had in Who, or at least for a very long time. I thought the Daleks were used really well in the story. They felt like an opposing threat throughout, and I liked how they were always one step ahead of the Doctor. Yeah, there were a few plot conveniences here and there, but that's nothing new for Who. The Daleks were essentially shown winning 8 times throughout this episode, so seeing them miss a few shots wasn't a big deal for me. I actually really liked the scene where Dan grabs onto it and is running around as it tries to shoot him. It's something we haven't seen before. It was quite funny, and I don't think it took away from the stakes. Anyway, I've held off long enough. Let's talk about Thasmin. Yeah, so they've finally confirmed that Yaz has feelings for the Doctor. Now, I'm not much of a shipper, especially when it comes to Doctor-companion relationships, but honestly, I could not be happier. I think it's been clear for a while that Yaz has liked the Doctor, and the way she opened up and spoke to Dan was actually quite an important scene, particularly the bit when she's saying that she couldn't even tell herself, and that connected with me personally because, I mean, I'm bi and I probably never told myself until, what was it, last year or something? So yeah, I really like what they've done there. And just from looking at Twitter, it's obvious that it's connected with, like, so many others as well. So yeah, I'm glad they've confirmed it. I don't know if it's just going to be a one-way thing, But yeah, either way, I thought it was done well. Mandip Gill sold the absolute hell out of it with her performance. And yeah, I sure can't wait for it to all end in tragedy. As for the rest of the main team, I thought Jodie had a few really good bits this episode. To that first scene where she's just about to be exterminated. To her speech about getting hit and having to keep on going. And I thought John Bishop was a lot of fun too. He didn't have much to do this episode, but what he did contribute, I really enjoyed. Obviously that scene I just mentioned where he's talking to Yaz was a really good moment for his character. And yeah, he's just continuing to be that really nice third addition to the team, making this a thumbs up for all of the cast. Other likes would be this line.
I am not Nick.
And this odd but appreciated cameo from Carl, the guy from Jodie's first episode, The Woman Who Fell to Earth. I don't know why he's there, but sure. Now let's get into some of the things that didn't work so well for me. I think some of the character decisions taken with Nick were pretty strange. And sure, I get that they were going for the whole, oh, let's make him this weird quirky guy. But he just kind of came off as really creepy. I'm sure it was supposed to be for comedy, but I don't know. I think those two getting together at the end was just a bit off. Also, come on man. Like, you can be a weirdo and not stalk someone. I also thought that the plot relied on quite a lot of unlikely conveniences, such as the phone call being able to distract the Daleks as a credible source of life, when Daleks have the capability to detect this stuff. Again, a lot like the plot armor thing, just making the Daleks look a bit incompetent, which would be fine, but we had the line about Daleks learn, and it's like, okay, well, if you can learn, why haven't you caught on to this then? And the fireworks as well, it was just, like, sure, I get it, you know, it works, 'cause New Year, but come on, that's very convenient that you just happen to have these illegal explosives stored in your warehouse. That said, it does make for a good end scene. You're just like, okay, I'll go along with it. But that was about it, to be fair. Overall, I thought the special was really good, and dare I say, my favourite Chibnall script from this era. I don't know, it's a toss-up between this and War of the Sontarans. It was just the type of thing you needed on New Year's Day, and I had a lot of fun. It's honestly crazy to me that we only have another 2 stories left with this Doctor, and I'm genuinely going to miss her when she's gone. Anyway, these have just been my thoughts. I'd love to know what you think. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Be sure to share all of that in the comments below. And here's to a hopefully better 2022.
Oh. What was I?